Hi friends, welcome to the English Language Club. Today our topic is group discussion. When you hear that a good company is coming to your college for campus recruitment, you think about the group discussion that you will have to clear to reach the next round of personal interview. Here are the answers to the questions you might have at this stage. The common question: why do companies or institutes conduct group discussion? Companies or institutions conduct group discussion to find out the intelligent and smart candidates who have a sound knowledge and personal skills to handle any situation. Now comes to the first question. What are the traits observed when the group discussion is going on? Do you know that? When the group discussion is going on, the evaluators who are around you, they observe whether you have general knowledge, presence of mind, communication skills, confidence, leadership skills, listening skills, team skills. Exactly you are in goal oriented or not. These are things general observe when the discussion is going on. So many students ask me one question, sir, how should I prepare for the group discussion? You know, your preparation for group discussion has to be broken down into two parts. Your subject knowledge during the group discussion can't be replaced by anything else. So, read voraciously on all subjects to have good ideas like reading newspapers, magazines, news portals, and watching news channels, especially related to debating programs. When you are watching and reading, keep taking down the points on different subjects. Okay, you read a lot of books or do some work and gather a lot of information. Now, that information is in your brain, but if you want to express them, you require communication skills. Then the question is, how do I improve my communication skills? Good communication would ensure that you are able to put across your ideas in a short time during the limited time. It will also ensure that the group remains supportive to you. To improve your communication skills, read books and pick up good phrases and use them in your day-to-day discussion with friends and colleagues. This will improve your vocabulary and give you ideas to speak effectively. Read loudly at times to make your pronunciation and voice clear. When you are talking with somebody, be polite in your conversation and let the other people finish speaking before you take up. Disagreeing politely is an art which you must have. You can use phrases like, I'm sorry, but I think I disagree a bit here. I have slightly different opinion here. You have a good point, but I think there is another phase also to it. Next question, can I speak in a regional language during the group discussion? No. In a group discussion, you are expected to speak in English only. So, you have to speak in the language of English without grammatical errors. Mind your language always. So, prepare and practice well. The next question, what will be the duration of the group discussion? A group discussion normally lasts for 15 to 20 minutes. Next question, how many members will be there in the group discussion? A group discussion normally has 8 to 15 members. And the next question, can we seek evaluators' help during the group discussion? No. It is for the group members to conduct the group discussion. The evaluators are spectators who are there to rate you. You should not speak to the evaluators or look at them during the group discussion, because most of the students do this mistake. When the discussion is going on, they simply look around whether the evaluators observe them or not. Next question, can I carry a paper and pen along with me? Most of the times, you should be allowed to carry a paper and pen with you. Check it with the organizers before entering into the group discussion room. Next question, will you be given time to prepare on the subject before speaking? Usually, the group members are given 2 to 5 minutes to put their thoughts together on the announced subject before speaking. So, no problem at all. You can prepare well during the time of 2 to 5 minutes. Next question, will initiating the discussion help? Initiating the discussion would help if you know the subject well. Speaking just for the sake of speaking would not help. If you don't know the subject, it is better to listen to others. When you have gathered enough information about the subject, make an entry into the group discussion with your thoughts. Next question, would interrupting others to put my point across help? Let the other person finish what they want to say before you put your point across. Over aggressiveness can cost you negative, so be careful about it. Next question, how many times should I speak during the group discussion? Quality matters more in a group discussion than quantity. Speak to the point and give others chance to speak. A short entry of 25 to 30 seconds, 3 to 4 times during the discussion is enough. Next question, should I address other group member by name or number? It will be difficult for you to remember the names of all the members correctly in a short time. Rather than concentrating on remembering names, it will be good if you concentrate on the ideas you want to put across. Next question, are we expected to keep a track of time, or the evaluators will do that? Being aware of time won't hurt, but don't let it distract your participation in the discussion. Next question, are we expected to argue during the group discussion? Group discussion is a discussion and not a debate where you are expected to prove your point right. Avoid arguing in the discussion. Maximum try to convey what you want to tell. Next question, what should I do if I don't understand the topic properly? Should I ask the evaluators to explain? If you do not understand or know the subject well, it's always better idea to let others start speaking. As you understand the subject, make an entry into the discussion. Don't ask evaluators to explain the subject. It may give you bad impression. Next question, can I raise my voice during the group discussion? Avoid raising voice to a level where it can be treated as shouting. Next question, should I take a stand during the group discussion? It's better not to take a stand immediately as the discussion begins. Introduce the subject and present some facts to begin the discussion. As the group discussion proceeds, you can take a stand. If you are convinced with others' point of views, there is no harm in changing your stand. But do it in a proper way so that you don't look fickle-minded. Next question. Would presenting fact help during the group discussion? Presenting facts does help, but over adding the facts would be disgusting for the group and a show off of your ego. Present the facts as accurately as possible. If you are asked to name the union territories in India, you should get them all right. But at the same time, if you are asked about the turnover of IT industry in the country, an error of 5% is acceptable. Next question. The other members have spoken all the points I want to speak. What should I do? This can happen if you speak late in the discussion. Try to speak within first 5 minutes of 20 minutes. If others have spoken all that you wanted to speak, then you have to do this. The first one, drop that point and think something else. Add some elaboration to the already spoken point and broaden the scope of the discussion. Next question. Should I encourage other members to speak? Do not force other members to speak if they are not willing to. By doing this, you might put them up in an embarrassing situation. If you see that a member is trying to speak but he is not able to, then you can encourage and help him out. Next question. Is it necessary to summarize the discussion? It's a good idea to summarize the discussion, as the goal of the discussion is that the group should reach a conclusion. However, if the group has not been able to reach a conclusion, just summarize all that has been discussed. Now, do's and don'ts of the group discussion. First, do's of participating in a group discussion. Listen to the subject carefully. Next, put down your thoughts on a paper. Initiate the discussion if you know the subject well. Listen to the others if you don't know the subject. Support your point with some facts and figures. Make short contribution of 25 to 30 seconds 3 to 4 times. Give others a chance to speak. Speak politely and pleasantly. Respect contribution from other members. Disagree politely and agree with what is right. At last, summarize the discussion if the group has not reached a conclusion. Now, don'ts of participating in a group discussion. Initiate the discussion if you do not have sufficient knowledge about the given topic. Overspeak, intervenes, snatch others' chance to speak, argue and shouting during the group discussion. Look at the evaluators or a particular group member. Talk irrelevant things and distract the discussion. Pose negative body gestures like touching nose, leaning back on the chair, knocking the table with a pen, etc. Mention erratic statistics. Display low self-confidence with shaky voice and trembling hands. Try to dominate the discussion. Put others in an embarrassing situation by asking them to speak if they don't want. All these are the don'ts. in the discussion. Now, 10 things to succeed in group discussion. The first one, read voraciously. Make a habit of reading voraciously on every subject. This will keep you ready for any topic for a discussion in GD. Your knowledge is your most important weapon in a discussion. Initiate the discussion. Most of us have a misconception that initiating the discussion would give you an advantage over others. It does give you an advantage, but only if you know the subject well and have something relevant to start the discussion. Otherwise, it is a disadvantage. They say, speaking just for the sake of speaking is noise. So, don't create noise in the group discussion. Rather, make some useful and resourceful contributions to get noticed in the discussion. Speak politely and pleasantly. When you speak, make sure that you do not speak at the top of your voice. You should be audible and clear. Remember that. You are participating in a discussion which is different from a speech given out by the leaders in their public meetings. Even if you disagree with the other's point of view, disagree politely. We already discussed about what are the phrases you have to use at that context. Acquire and applying knowledge. Stay attentive to the ideas put forward by other group members and keep writing the important points discussed during the group discussion. When you get a chance to speak, put forward your views about the topic. You can also agree or disagree with other ideas based on your knowledge about the subject. Agree with the right. Don't take a stand on either extreme when the discussion begins. It might happen that you get convinced by others' argument and want to change your stand. Respect others' opinions as well and agree with what is right. Even if you initially had a different opinion, speak confidently. Maintain your confidence when you are speaking. Establish eye contact with other members of the group and do not let your voice tremble. Moderate. Try to moderate the discussion if any arguments arise. This is necessary to ensure that the group doesn't wander from the goal of the discussion. Use positive body language. Your body language should not demonstrate dominance or low self-confidence. Show your interest in the discussion through your gestures like bending forward a bit, nodding your head. Be a team player. Last but not the least, be a team player. As this is a group activity, be comfortable with the group members and vice versa. I think this video is very helpful to you. For more videos, please do subscribe my channel and like this video and leave your valuable comments. If you have any doubts regarding this topic, please leave the questions in the comment section. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.